What if you died every night? And every morning you woke up remembering it all? A masked killer, a dark forest, the same terrifying night repeating again and again. But what if the true horror isn't the killer chasing you? It's the secret that keeps pulling you back. Welcome to Until Dawn, a horror thriller where time resets, trust breaks, and survival isn't guaranteed. Directed by David F. Sandberg, the mind behind Lights Out and Annabelle, Creation, this film offers more than just jump scares. It's inspired by the hit video game of the same name, but don't expect the same story. This version takes a bold, chilling detour. In this video, we're diving deep into the full story of Until Dawn, what makes it so gripping, what sets it apart from typical horror, and the hidden layers you might have missed. We'll uncover its best moments, its biggest flaws, and a few behind-the-scenes surprises that fans rarely talk about. If you think this is just another slasher flick, think again. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes Until Dawn stand out in the horror world, and whether it's truly worth your time. So stick around, because what happens next might just change how you see the whole story. Welcome to Movies Review, your home for in-depth, suspense-filled movie breakdowns. If you love mysteries, twists, and stories that keep you guessing, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss what's coming next. Let's begin. Clover is not just another horror movie lead, she's a haunted soul. A year ago, her younger sister Melanie vanished without a trace. Since then, Clover has been drowning in guilt, nightmares, and unanswered questions. In an effort to escape the weight of her past, she joins her friends on a weekend trip to the remote and eerie Gore Valley, a dense forest area far away from the city, where phone signals die and secrets tend to come alive. At first, everything seems normal: laughter, campfires, the illusion of peace. But as night falls, something begins to unravel. One by one, her friends are hunted down and brutally murdered by a masked killer. Panic sets in. Clover barely escapes, only to wake up the next morning, alive and completely unharmed. But the horror doesn't end. Instead, it starts all over again. With every sunrise, the nightmare resets. The group returns to the forest unaware of their fate, except Clover. She remembers everything, every scream, every death, and now she has to find a way to stop it. Each new night brings a different killer, a different mask, a new method of death, and with every repetition, Clover uncovers more clues, hints that the time loop isn't random, it's connected to her missing sister. As the resets continue, Clover begins to see connections between the people around her, the forest's dark history, and the trauma she buried long ago. But time is running out. To break the cycle, she must face the truth, no matter how terrifying it is. Until Dawn isn't your typical scream-and-run horror flick. One of its strongest assets is the creative use of the time loop mechanic. Instead of feeling like a gimmick, the loop builds real suspense. Each night isn't just a repeat, it's a new version of terror, a new killer, a new strategy, a new way to die. That unpredictability keeps viewers on edge, wondering what form the next horror will take. Director David F. Sandberg's signature style shows through clearly. Known for creating unsettling atmospheres and visual dread, he uses camera angles, shadow play, and silence to generate tension. There are no lazy moments. Every scene serves a purpose. You feel the pressure building, the fear closing in, and when the horror hits, it hits hard. The scares themselves are a mix of psychological fear and physical shock. While there are a few traditional jump scares, they're not overused. Instead, many terrifying moments come from eerie visuals, unexpected twists, and the sheer helplessness of watching the same people die over and over again. The blood and gore are present, but not exaggerated, just enough to raise the stakes. Some scenes stand out in particular. One death in a locked bathroom leaves a lasting impression. Another, in the middle of the woods under flickering lantern light, is both brutal and poetic. These are the moments that leave the audience breathless and wanting more. And let's not forget the performances. The lead actress playing Clover delivers a raw, grounded portrayal of grief, fear, and determination. You believe her journey. Some of the supporting cast also brings surprising depth, especially during the loop repetitions when small behavioral changes matter. Overall, these highlights make Until Dawn more than just another horror flick. It becomes a haunting experience. While Until Dawn has its strong moments, it isn't without flaws, and some are hard to ignore. The most common criticism is that the characters feel underdeveloped. Aside from Clover, most of the group fit into typical horror tropes: the Joker, the tough guy, the shy one, the love interest. They lack real backstory or complexity, making it hard for viewers to connect with them or care deeply when they're killed off. Another issue is repetition. Though the time loop adds suspense at first, after a few cycles, it begins to drag. Some viewers may feel like they're watching the same events, with only minor changes. The mystery behind the loop is intriguing but takes too long to unfold. As a result, parts of the middle act feel stretched, losing the sharp pacing established at the start. Then there's the ending. While it delivers a few surprises, it also leaves several threads hanging. Certain twists are not fully explained, and the logic behind the final resolution feels rushed. Instead of delivering a tight, satisfying conclusion, the movie stumbles into ambiguity. For a film so driven by clues and discoveries, this can feel frustrating. Horror fans hoping for a truly terrifying experience might also be let down. The movie leans more toward eerie and thrilling than genuinely horrifying. It plays it safe in some moments where it could have gone darker or more psychologically intense. And for fans of the original Until Dawn game, this version may feel like a missed opportunity. The game's heart was in its choices matter gameplay, and this film removes that entirely. In short, Until Dawn is a solid horror film with ambition, but it struggles with uneven depth and narrative fatigue. It's a ride worth taking, but it's not a perfect one. If you're a fan of the original Until Dawn video game, you might go into the movie expecting familiar characters, settings, or choices. But be warned, this is not a straight adaptation. The film takes a completely different path, introducing new characters, a new storyline, and a fresh tone. In the game, the story revolved around choices. Every decision you made affected who lived, who died, and how the story unfolded. That core gameplay mechanic, the butterfly effect, was what made the game so unique. It gave players control and responsibility, but in the movie, that element is completely removed. Instead of shaping the story, you simply watch it play out. This change gives the movie more creative freedom, but it also removes the personal investment fans had in the original experience. Still, the film includes subtle nods to the game. Some character names are reused, a few iconic phrases and visual cues pop up here and there, and the eerie mountain forest setting gives off the same isolated, unsettling vibe. What the movie gains is a tighter, more cinematic structure. It focuses more on survival, mystery, and emotion than choice. For new viewers who haven't played the game, this won't be an issue, but for die-hard fans, it may feel like something is missing. At its heart, the movie reimagines the Until Dawn world. It's less about interactivity and more about storytelling. Whether that works depends on what you're looking for, a faithful adaptation or a fresh take on a familiar title. Audiences have mixed feelings about Until Dawn. Some love it, others walk away feeling underwhelmed. But one thing is certain, it's gotten people talking. Many viewers praise the film's creative use of the time loop structure. They find the suspense refreshing and the mystery worth following. On forums and social media, people compare it to movies like Happy Death Day and The Cabin in the Woods, blending familiar horror setups with clever twists. For them, Until Dawn is a fun, engaging watch that delivers just enough surprises to stay interesting. However, not everyone agrees. Critics and casual viewers alike point out the film's flaws, particularly the thin characters and uneven pacing. Some feel that the movie tries to do too much with too little. The constant shifts in tone, from horror to mystery to teen drama, leave parts of the film feeling unfocused. Others were expecting more blood, more scares, and more psychological impact. Reddit threads and YouTube comments show a divide. Horror purists say it doesn't push the genre far enough, while younger audiences enjoy its fast pace and stylish execution. Gamers, especially those who loved the original Until Dawn game, tend to be the most critical. They miss the choice-driven tension and wish the movie had explored deeper themes. Still, one thing most people agree on: the film is at least trying something different, and in a world full of recycled horror plots, that's worth something. Whether you love it or hate it, Until Dawn sparks conversation, and sometimes that's more powerful than perfection. So, is Until Dawn worth your time? The answer depends on what you're looking for. If you enjoy horror with a twist where the danger resets each day and mystery lurks behind every corner, this movie delivers. It's not a perfect film, but it's definitely an entertaining one. The concept is strong, the execution is visually sharp, and there's enough suspense to keep you watching till the end. But if you're after deep emotional storytelling or groundbreaking horror, this might not fully satisfy. The characters are a bit thin, the tension wears down after a few loops, and the ending raises more questions than it answers. It's a film that dares to try something new, but doesn't always stick the landing. Still, it's refreshing to see a horror movie try a bold narrative. The time loop isn't just a gimmick. It's a tool that adds pressure and unpredictability. Watching Clover unravel the mystery while battling her trauma adds a layer of heart you don't always get in horror. In short, Until Dawn is a flawed gem. It may not blow your mind, but it'll keep you watching. It's a solid pick for horror lovers craving something just a little different. Now let's turn the question to you. Would you survive Until Dawn? If you were stuck in Clover's place, reliving the same nightmare night after night, what would you do? Would you fight, run, or try to break the cycle another way? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and tell us, how would you handle a horror loop where death is just the beginning? If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into the most twisted, terrifying and underrated films out there, make sure to like this video. It really helps us keep bringing you more content like this. And don't forget to subscribe to Movies Review, where we unpack every scream, every twist and every dark secret that horror cinema has to offer. Thanks for watching, and remember, not everyone makes it out alive, but you made it Until Dawn.